At some point, every backend API needs a face. Now, it's time for the fun stuff. In this devlog, I'm starting to build the first real UI components for Asset Enrich. Nothing flashy yet, just the foundations that turn the API into something that people can actually use. Today, we'll cover the two core ideas. First, making authenticated calls to my enrichment API directly from my web app. And second, managing API keys so users can connect directly to the backend. And since the foundations of our API is built and authentication is wired up through Supabase, the next step is simple. Build components that let users interact with our backend. The flow is pretty straightforward. You type in an asset, choose an enrichment, click a button, and get data back. No heavy visuals and production level polish yet. We're just worrying about the wiring. One thing I want Asset Enrich to bring to this space is a modern feel. So instead of building every UI component from scratch, I'm using Shad CN components. They're clean, minimal, and open source. And I'm no UI UX designer, so these components help me move fast without sacrificing quality. Plus, they probably look pretty familiar if you've used any modern SaaS tools lately. So we'll wire up tab components to choose enrichment types, add another selector for the different endpoints, a basic input field for the asset, and a button to trigger the call. And just like that, we're making real requests and displaying enrichment data in the UI. Now, is this JSON text the easiest to read? Definitely not. We're gonna work on making the user experience better once everything's hooked up, but for now, it works. Next, we'll pivot to one of the most important parts of Asset Enrich, API key management. In the last devlog, I built out the routes to let users create, name, view, and revoke their API keys, with a hard rule that only one API key per user can be active at a time. Now we need a UI to support that. We'll start the page with components that let users view their current active key or any previously revoked keys. We'll include metadata to show when the key was created and when it was last used. Then comes the create key workflow. The user clicks generate new key and can name the key. If an active key already exists, they'll get a warning that creating a new key will automatically revoke the current active key. And then our backend will generate a fresh key and show it to the user one time. And in the background, our backend salts, hashes, and stores that key, never in plain text. And finally, we'll add some simple modals that let users rename keys or manually revoke them whenever needed. And that's it. It's not the final product, but it's the first real shape of the web app. Piece by piece, Asset Enrich is starting to come together. This is how we make progress from an idea to something we can actually ship. I'll see you in the next devlog.